Hello, good evening. How are you? It is our Monday Night Live, and um, just as I sit here and give it a few minutes, it's just a few minutes before 8. I'm just going to allow some people the opportunity to see that we're live and jump on. There's one person, a couple of people on TikTok. And how you doing on Instagram? As I mentioned, it's Monday night. I usually do not broadcast the Monday Night Live on Instagram, just usually on TikTok. But I'm doing my Sunday morning live and my Monday and Thursday night lives on both TikTok and Instagram now. And again, I'm just going to give it a moment here or two for some people to show up. What's up, Ellie? Hi, Deborah. User whatever, whatever. I can't read what that is. But welcome. It's nice to see some people here. And we're going to have a nice conversation tonight. I have two topics that I'm tossing up in my head to talk about tonight. And we're definitely going to get together and do a nice grounding meditation and bring some good energy to us and hopefully project that out into the collective. And it's almost 8 o'clock here. So again, I'm just going to sit for just a few moments. Good morning. Hi, how are you? Hello, how are you? Nice to see you here. Nice to see you here. Other than that, let me just say a couple of things before we get going. If you're watching this on TikTok and you come across this video while I'm saying it, this is from my new TikTok page. I have not been able to get back into my older page, and I'm not even really focusing on that anymore. I'm just working off this new page. So if you're seeing this and you think you are following me, you might not be. So you might want to follow this new page. And everybody on Instagram, you guys know the deal. I've been with you for about 5 years now, and my page is my page. But as I always say, if there's something personally going on with you, if there's some conflict in your life, if there's something you're wondering about and you would just like to hear an outside perspective or perhaps have somebody bring some insight into your life and stuff, or just to connect with, reach out. I don't mean that in an egotistical way at all, but I definitely mean that I would love to hear what's going on with your life, and I would love to be able to be there for you in any way that I possibly can. So I always invite people to please comment if you feel comfortable about sharing and expressing during this, because at the end of this, we definitely will go through the comments on both platforms and see what's going on. And if you don't feel comfortable about sharing and expressing publicly like this, then please, whether it's on Instagram or on TikTok, just send me a private message and I'm getting through them. TikTok, I've got a couple of hundred private messages, so I'm making my way through them though. I'm definitely chipping away at about 30 and 40 of them a day. So definitely keep them coming, and thank you so much. So it is 8:01 right now, and my thoughts tonight for conversation, and I'll let you pick. I'll give you the opportunity. Remember, I always say you have a choice. So here's a choice. We can talk about intuitive abilities, understanding and feeling and sensing your inner intuition. All right, that's one topic we could talk about. Or we could talk about UFOs, extraterrestrials, because I have absolutely some incredible experiences, absolutely real life, no bullshit, nothing like that, and I would love to share them with you. I've shared them with my friends here on Instagram many times. They're written in I've written about them in my second book, which I haven't even released yet. I just keep on just sitting on that. So let me see. Seriously, intuition. Do you want to know about intuition, or do you want to talk about UFOs and stuff like that? Give it to me. Just one person. I don't care. Either one. Somebody say it. Intuition, or UFOs. Which one? Which one is it? Come on. Come on. Are you serious? All right. I'm going to pick. Here we go. Oh, somebody. Two. There you go. Never mind. Three. Four. Intuition. Okay, great. There you go. Perfect. Thank you. So intuition, intuitive abilities. Okay, so let's get in that mindset. This is something we all have, and oftentimes we pawn them off to coincidences and just things like that. You have talked about somebody. You have no joke. I kid you not. Peter Frampton, musician, not somebody I was ever interested in really. today in my closet, getting ready to go out and do some things, I started singing a Peter Frampton song out of nowhere, out of the blue. I got in my car, I turned on the car, and my wife had some light FM radio station in there, and they were like, coming up next, Peter Frampton. I was like, okay, really? A few years ago, and these are nothing to the intuitive abilities I have and stuff, but I just want you to hear these things because you may pawn things off like this as coincidence. A few years ago, 5 years ago, whatever, I'm vacuuming my living room. All of a sudden, I start thinking of the movie Joe Dirt with David Spade. Right? Why am I thinking of this movie? It's not a movie I watch or anything like that. I've seen it, but it's not, it's not anything that I would go to watch. After I'm done vacuuming up, I sit down to have some water, some lunch and stuff. I put on the TV. HBO is on. The TV starts. Joe Dirt is on the television. So your intuitive abilities can be picking up frequencies, vibrations. Your intuitive abilities can be like, oh, I wish I would see Joe or Bob again. I really miss them. And you go to the grocery store, and then there's Joe and there's Bob, or you get a phone call. The power of suggestion, all of these things, your gut instincts, when somebody says something to you and it just makes that really heavy sinking feeling in your gut. Those are intuitive abilities. When you are telling somebody something and you feel that fear and anxiety in your throat, that is your own intuitive ability telling you you are going into an area of deceit. So you have all of these abilities. Intuition is insane. Our whole body is one big antenna. And you go back throughout history and you look at Sumerian text and Sanskrit, and they talk about the body's sensors or your chakras, right? Your third eye, the crown, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, the grounding, and you have all sorts of other chakras that we don't really, sensors that they don't really talk about, but they always focus on those 7. So these are sensors. The simplest way for me to explain them, they are sensors, not senses like I can smell and taste and touch. Sensors like something that is created to alert you to a certain feeling or emotion or energy. Perfect. Energy. And that's what we receive and project. We know scientifically we project that electromagnetic field between each other, right? We know we have an auric field around us, and we even know we have a physical power, physical energy, right? Our strength. We know we have a creative and imaginative energy within our mind, and we know we even have the power, the creative power of words. I could say, I love you. I think about you every day. I pray for you. I honestly know we don't know each other, but every single day I when I pray, I say, please let those who are seeking and searching find their way here so I can help guide them to their own truth and power within. And I do this every day, right? So we have these intuitive powers, we have these abilities, but the creative power of words, even that, your intuition, somebody is making you feel a certain way, and then you respond with violence and aggression and hate and anger. Now, these are vibrational states of existence. You're altering and fluctuating, literally alternating and fluctuating your vibrational state of existence. Instead of trying to be that steady being, that steady form of energy that is receiving and understanding. Oh, this feels so beautiful right now. I can't wait to meditate with you guys in a few minutes. Just feeling and receiving that energy, just letting life flow through you and just creating this harmony in and around you, and letting that be what projects out into the world and comes back for you. Your intuitive abilities, this is what they're for. This is what they're for. Aside from helping people and guiding people and sitting down and telling people their past, present, and future, and what spirits and ancestors and relatives are communicating with them, and what jobs they should watch out for. Instead of doing these things, and instead of just, oh, should I date him or her, or should I get that job, and letting these things become it, your intuitive abilities are here to let you know how to maintain and control your body. You have all of these sensors. You have this celestial ability that is connected to everything. And it's not for you just to spread out and be diversified with and pull yourself apart. It's to bring yourself together. It's to resonate in unity. It's to create balance and peace and harmony. It's to protect your energy from deceit and malevolence. It's to embrace joy and gratitude. So you have to do this. Your intuitive abilities, you know them, you feel them, your gut instincts. And of course, okay, Jay, well, I'm so messed up in my mind. I'm so caught up in thought and emotion. I'm stressed out. My kids, my family, my wife, my husband, my job. I really can't get a good grasp on the truth within. When I close my eyes and I say, am I doing the right thing? Should I do this or shouldn't I do this? I don't see, I don't feel, and I don't hear the right answer, right? That's what I'm feeling from you guys right now is, yes, I understand this. I understand I have these abilities. I understand I'm connected, but I can't get past that noise and that chaos and all of that shit around me. It's because you're not listening to the biggest intuitive ability you have. The biggest, I'm going to read all of this when we're done, I promise you. The biggest intuitive ability you have is that inner guidance inside you, beyond the noise. And I know, I am so repetitive and so redundant with you guys, but there's nothing complicated about our existence. We live on a planet that provides everything for us for free. We have our intuitive abilities. We are here. We can help each other and live in beautiful peace. But we decide and accept and embrace all of this bullshit on the outside, and we let that become our truth and what we pursue. And all along inside you, that beautiful awareness, that child mind, that innocent, pure beauty that was born into this world is exactly still who you are. You've just got all this noise and information and identities and pain and trauma and events and actions piled and piled and piled on top of you, and you're still that little beautiful awareness. I just want to experience this world freely. I want to be understood, and I want to respect people and love people and feel love and be joyful and be happy and experience and explore and do these things. But now it's all about children and bills and governments and politicians and church and money and taxes and cars and handbags and guns and wallets and just all this bullshit. Stuff, right? This is what we do with our lives. And again, inside you, right now as I'm saying this, right now inside I'm saying this, inside you it's going, he's right. He's right. I've been saying this to you all along. I'm that voice inside of you. I'm that voice inside of you. You have it speaking to you inside, because that thing speaking to you inside is you. And in a minute, I'm going to prove it to you. But you let this outside world, oh, that's a little too dark, sorry. You let this outside world really become what you have attached yourself to, what you have let your identity become. And you have forgotten that your intuition, your intuitive abilities will only blossom. They will only become crystal clear when you allow yourself that time to disconnect from the noise. Separate yourself from the pressure and the weight and the stress, and you sit and you go within and you allow yourself that time to purge and listen and hear and review and reflect on all of the thoughts in your entire life and whatever naturally wants to present itself in the mind's eye. And this time, though, instead of becoming the emotional victim, instead of being the human being, attaching yourself to, why did they do this to me? Why did he do this? Why did she do this? Why did they say that? Why do I feel this way? Instead of letting that happen, you look at the events of your life now and you see them and you go, oh, I understand. That happened and there it goes. But I am still here, the observer, the true energy, that true being. And you can start to see all of the events of your life disconnected from them. And I don't mean you're going to become some a being who doesn't have emotions, but you understand your emotions. When you cry, when you feel joy, when anger is coming inside of you, you understand that this isn't something that defines who you are. This is something that you are experiencing because of your intuitive ability, your sensors, your being, your energy. And you can understand that your mind, the awareness, is not the event. It is not the experience. It's the experiencer. It's the observer. It's the energy behind the words. It's the energy behind the eyes. It's the energy behind what hears and touches and tastes. Right now I'm in my cottage and I can hear crickets, just frogs and all that stuff outside. I can feel the air in the room. And all of these things are telling me something. They all, when we let them connect with us, the energy that is around us, connect with us, it is telling us that this is something I'm a part of. I'm not disconnected from nature. I am more connected with nature than I am the cushion, the fabric, the clothes I'm wearing. Think about that. So you are connected to this planet naturally. You are an organic being. Your body is an organic vessel made from this planet to inhabit this planet. Your energy, your nothingness, that energy streams from beyond the universe. But you are connected to every single thing around you. So your intuitive abilities are constantly speaking to you. So do me a favor, close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Stop it. There you go. And just sit with me for a moment. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter if you're in a restaurant, your car, you're at home, you're in the bathroom. It doesn't matter. You can close your eyes. If people look at you and think you're weird, what is that person doing? It does not matter what anybody thinks of you. The will, the perspective of another is not what you identify with. I told you before, the camera. Well, we've just closed our eyes. But inside the mind's eye, you could still see. You can clearly see and hear. If I said flower, it doesn't matter if it appears as a word or a physical object, but in the mind's eye, you can say the word, you can sense it, you can see and envision what flowers look like. So you've got the ability of vision within. And if we sit here and just listen to the entire room around us, the energy, the sky, the ground, the air, whatever's going on, and we let all of those frequencies and vibrations become one, we can feel that they connect with every single part of our body. You can feel and scan your body with me right now, from the bottom of your feet without touching them, all the way up your shins and your knees. You can feel and sense your body, the skin, the texture. You can feel and sense your thighs, your hands, your elbows, your thumbs. You could feel your cheeks without touching them, and your ears. All of this is your intuitive ability, because you are inside. You are inside, allowing yourself to feel and sense the world around you without embracing and engaging it. You are just being with me right now. My voice is distracting you from thought. It's bringing you into a place of stillness and silence within. And even if you're sitting here and a thought, a moment of trauma, a mistake, a moment of joy, anything comes into the mind, you can reflect on it. You can see it. You are not the victim. You are not that moment. That specific moment in time does not define you or the other people involved. And again, you can just breathe in slowly and feel. All of the things you are experiencing around you are a creation. It's an illusion. Everything we think we are identifying with in this world, all of the emotions we feel, every word we use to identify them are just labels created by the limitations of the human mind. But right now, you are someplace with me that transcends and goes beyond being human. You can feel something inside here that is more true than anything you feel in the outside world. And this is because this is the sacred space. You are inside the temple. Your body is the temple, inside is the energy, and beyond you are connected to everything. Ask within if I am lying. You will see and hear and sense that word no. Is this the truth? And again, you will hear and see and sense that word yes. This is your intuitive ability. And if you allow yourself every single day to do this, rather than engage all of those silly, trivial things and TV shows, not that they're bad, I enjoy some, but you still have to be disciplined to know when to serve yourself and to know when to let yourself go and serve a little bit of the ego. It's okay. You are here to experience life as a human, but you can be that balance in the middle. You can be that line between the ego and the spiritual being, and you can feel that that place is the perfect place of harmony. And that is the unity that you seek. You want so much of this world, but you still want so much of your spirituality. Then you have to be that balance in the middle. You are, my friend. Your intuitive abilities speak to you. You feel them. You sense them. You hear them. They're with you constantly. You wake up in the morning and your thoughts, your first thoughts in the morning are thoughts of clarity, answers, and all of that. But most of you reach over and pick up your phone and let somebody else's post or words be what dictates your energy now for the morning. You literally allow another human being to dictate how you're going to feel, what you're going to think and see, rather than sit there and sense and feel your own intuitive ability. When you lie down at bed at night and you can't sleep and you're just staring there, scrolling through your phone, distracting yourself from the fact that you can't sleep, that's the moment to put the phone down and reflect and close your eyes and see what your mind and heart, see what the universe and the higher awareness are trying to show you. And just lie there and breathe. In your mind's eye, you can create the most beautiful imaginations. We can walk on the moon. We can stroll through fields of flowers. We can float and fly above the trees. And you can do all of these things as you lie down at night and enhance your mind, travel beyond the stars. But again, you let somebody else's words and posts be what dictates how you fall asleep. My friends, take a deep breath in to the center of your chest. Wiggle your toes. Move your fingers. You feel that body inside here, this nothingness that we are, this energy is moving those parts of your body right now. This body is here to see and experience with love and gratitude and joy. We came from the darkness, born from nothing, no light, no language, no thoughts, no memory. We were born into this world, and every single day you get a chance to be born again and open your eyes. And every single day you get the opportunity to be that better version of yourself. You do not have to be who you were yesterday or the day before. Every single day inside you, your intuitive abilities are trying to bring you home. So as we take a deep breath into the center, feel that energy inside. Feel that joy in your mind and heart. Understand your pain and trauma and all of these things you let inhibit your life are nothing but thoughts you are holding on to. Let them go. Deep breath in. Sigh of relief. Let all that weight out. Deep breath in. Let that weight out. One more deep breath in, and on the exhale, sit with me in silence just for 60 seconds, my friend. Breathe in and out. Stay just a little longer. Keep your eyes closed. Focus on your breathing. Feel the breath in. Feel the breath going out. There's a lot of good energy out there tonight. You guys feel really good. Take a deep breath in. Bring your spine to an upright position. Turn your head slightly to the left and right. Wiggle your toes and fingers. Exhale. Breathe in. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Exhale. And one more breath in. And on the exhale, open your eyes. Thank you. All right. I could have stayed there for about another half hour. That felt so good. All right, so let's, oh, look, my glass fell over. Nice, I just spilled water all over the place. That's all right. Let's see what we've got going on here on, let's see, anything happening? Thank you for doing live on Instagram. You are welcome. Connection between overthinkers. Overthinkers entity. Okay, I'm sorry, folks. I'm just scanning some copies. Happy Rosh Hashanah, a new beginning. Love to all. Oh, beautiful. Happy holidays. Okay, so what do we got going on here on TikTok? Ooh, a lot of comments. A lot of little stuff here. Likes can attract viewers. Keep it up, whatever that means. Okay. Intuition. That was everybody's. So, UFOs. We'll do that on Thursday. Changed my life. Thank you so much. We'll do UFOs on Thursday night, 8 o'clock. Do you feel like we do? Peter Frampton. Just, do you feel like we did? It's great too. I just wanted to say hello. I have lots of these coincidences. They're not coincidences. They are signs, my friend. Scroll a few videos back on my page after we're done and look at the video about signs. I have heard these coincidences called God winks. I love that, God winks. I used to tell my wife I think I can hear the radio in the air because I'd get in my car and it'd be on. That's trippy. So I really thought that whole Joe Dirt, while I clean up this mess here, I really thought the whole Joe Dirt thing, with feeling that and sensing that, same thing with the Peter Frampton song. I just think there's some way that we could pick up these frequencies and vibrations, because we are those beings. And, in the air is words and images and all of this data and all of this information traveling around that we invented. And it would only stand to reason that there would be some way for us to pick up and receive these things. You can't tell me that a piece of aluminum tied to some electronics is going to pick up and receive this, but me, my mind, my energy is not going to pick this up some way. It has to be. That kind of stuff always happens to me. It happens to me all the freaking time. Everything. You got a new kitten. Okay. Walking with my brother once we both started singing the same song in the exact same place and lyrics. Exactly. Perfect. Well said. I have to feel this awesomeness of love. Okay. Big intuitive experience last week. I'd love to hear it. Listening to your intuition when making life decisions. Absolutely. Always listen to your intuition. Thank you. You're welcome. This was amazing. I could have stayed too. You are welcome. Good evening, sir. That was great. Good evening, sir. I used to say to people, I'm not sir. My dad is sir. But my dad is no longer with us. So I guess that kind of does make me sir. Such a weird thing. It's so funny. I just the other day, I kind of thought about it and I was like, wow, 53, getting more gray, every single day and stuff like that. And it's kind of a trippy thing. I don't mind getting older and stuff like that. But anyway, I don't want to keep all of you guys tonight. It's only 8:30. Did we really just do all this in a half an hour? Is that serious? Wow, it's only 8:30. That's awesome. What do I think about angel numbers and how do you search for them? Uh, you're welcome. Many blessings to you. So, King Hill, I just did a video on signs. I also did a video on my page. Do you ever see 111? So watch that. I'm absolutely a big believer in the universal signs. We'll get into this Thursday night. Thursday night, we're going to talk about UFOs and shit. What's the date Thursday? Can somebody tell me the third? No, I did. So did you just say you have wrote a book at the beginning, or did I just imagine it? No, I did write a book. I wrote two books, actually. Well, I actually wrote three books. My first book is a drumming book. It's called The Drummer's Web. Okay? But what I'm talking about before is, yeah, my first book. I wrote my first book about 4 or 5 years ago. It's called The Book of New Light. That's my first one. Now, listen, if you want to read it, you don't even have to buy it. You don't have to go online to buy the book. Listen, all of you guys right now, this will be one of the coolest things you've ever read. I'm going to be re-editing this book actually and removing the personal aspects about it so it can make it more for you. So if you do want to read it in its original form right now, if you're on Instagram or TikTok, which obviously that's where you are, there's a link. If you go to my profile page, my main page, like you click my little image and you go to that page, there's a link tree link. If you click on that, you'll see one of the links. It says the Book of New Light. If you click on that, it takes you to my website. And the first thing you'll see on that page is the paperback and the link where you buy that. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, there's the free PDF link. That is literally a Google Drive link. I uploaded the book to Google Drive. All you have to do, I don't want your email address or anything. You click that link and it'll give you that little blue tab. This has not been scanned for viruses. You just hit download anyway. And in most cases, it'll just open up for you because it's a shareable link. But that's the book and you can read the PDF now. And what my first book is I sat here in my cottage. I took 55 of the most often asked questions that we have in life, and I just channeled and I just connected, and for 30 days I just sat here and I just wrote and put it all together and transcribed what I was feeling and receiving and understanding, and I wrote that all down, and that's the first book. My second book that I'm not done yet, it's done. I just got to read through it, maybe a couple of more edits. That one is more, the first book, like I said, just reads completely questions and answers from the beginning to the back. You can read the whole book in probably a couple of hours, just the way it flows right through it. The second book is more individual stories. They are among us. What do we exist in? Things like that. And I'm almost done with that. I'll finish that up this week. I'll get on that. I've been kind of lazy. So yeah, you can read the first book right now. The links are available to you. So check it. Let's see. So you're welcome. Today's the 9th. Okay, so somebody just said, or Thursday's the 9th. Okay, September 16th is a very important day to me, and this is the 5th year from a very incredible event I experienced on September 16th, 2016, 8:06 p.m., right in my backyard, and I will share this with you on this Thursday. But just keep that date in the back of your head. September 16th, I'm not sure what day it is. I'd have to look at the calendar particularly. But I am definitely going to be holding a live event sitting right in my backyard, exactly where this whole event happened. And hopefully you guys will be with me. Oh, okay. Okay, so what was, we got a question, Evteka. What was a big part of what made you grow into who you are? Okay, and that'll be the last question for the night. I remember being a kid. Let me go there for a second. When I was a little kid, I grew up in the projects in Queens, New York. I was born in 1968. My mom and dad were still married at the time. I had an older sister, Lorraine. She's not with us anymore. Um, as a child, I kind of just questioned, what the hell am I doing here? I know that sounds funny, but at the earliest age, 3, 4 years ago, 3, 4 years old, when I started to really have words and comprehend, I was interested in playing and things like that, but I always had the questions of, like, how did I get here? What am I doing here? And where am I? So, from the earliest age, those questions, there's always been something inside me that has let me know we come from someplace else. We come from someplace else, whether we choose to be here or whether we're selected to be here, however it works. So I knew at an early age there was something a little different with us. And I used to sit in school and stare out the window and just not understand, why are we listening to this when we're supposed to be out there. All those things were confusing to me. So as a child, I had all of that going on inside of me, those questions, at a very early age. And on top of that, I had a very abusive family. My dad was never physically abusive to me, but completely belittling and demeaning, a bully for the most part. We had our moments and years where we were very close and stuff like that. And he left us a couple of years ago. But he was really just a very broken man. Hated women, hated children. Literally hated women, hated children. Had the lowest opinion of them. Just hated people. Was a very miserable person, very broken. My mom was a completely abusive, sexually and mentally abusive. Uh, she was just nuts, man. She was just a psycho. She was a nuts. And I'm smiling and laughing. It's not funny, but she's not that person anymore. She's still with us. She's just about 80 years old. Let's just push this back just a little bit. It's just a little freaking bright. Um, and my sister was completely abusive to me, physically abusive, mentally abusive. And she's not with us either. She committed suicide. As a matter of fact, my TikTok page that I can't get into, it's the same name as the one I have now. It's just got hyphens like my Instagram page. I did a talk about my sister's death and suicide, and I guess I'll have to do that again on here, because we did some great lives and stuff on that page. So what made, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. What made me who I am? I had all of these things inside of me from a very early age. I knew there was something very different about us from what we were being told. I experienced a lot of pain and trauma and darkness at a very early age, that it really forced me to exist within. Okay? It really forced me to hide in the closet, pull the clothes. I mean, and I'm literally, talking about a little kid, sitting in the closet, pulling the clothes and just sitting in that dark space for hours just to avoid the people in his home, with my eyes closed, just inside. Where am I? What am I doing here? And these answers, started coming, and visions and stuff. And then that's when I started to realize that like people used to say to me when I was a little kid and when I was a teenager and in my 20s, what do you want to do? Even when I was working or a musician, or I was doing this or running a business or whatever it was, owning a business, I always just say, I just want to talk to people. I just want to talk to people. I just want to talk to people. I just want to find that way to connect and talk with everybody at once. I had no idea the internet would exist when I was a little kid, and I don't have that following where I can talk to everybody at once, but I'm definitely here to throw pebbles in that pond. And growing up, having these experiences, just always following, no, regardless if I made mistakes and did stupid shit and stuff, I always kind of let that inner guidance guide me. Even though I danced in the darkness and dabbled in the light and did all that back and forth, shit, and abused myself and lied and cheated and did stupid things growing up. I always kind of came back to that stillness inside. When I lied down at night to go to sleep, it was always me and that place, that safe place that was always with me. And I started to have experiences in the physical world, not chemically or drug induced or anything like that. I started to see things and have experiences that I realized were answering certain questions for me, because I really went through life at a certain part where the most important questions for me were: is there more to our existence than just this? Do we go on to something else other than this? That was one of the biggest questions I have always had. Do we come from someplace else is another question that was answered a very long time ago. But for me, the two biggest questions were: do we go on to something else after here other than this? And are there other things around me trying to connect and communicate with me? These were some things that I begin to get very definitive answers for. I'll talk about these Thursday night. I'd really love to talk about them right now, but it's like 8:42, so we're only going to have about 10-15 minutes left, and I don't know what the limitations on TikTok are for live. But to kind of sum up your answer is that, the last 10 years of my life, so I'm 53, so for 43 years of my life, I kind of was on that journey of wondering, let's just say. Wondering and sensing and looking and observing. Always kept a little distance from people and stuff like that. Always was the little outside observer of the groups and stuff like that. And I did that. And then the last 10 years of my life, the last 5 years have been of my life have been like perfect. The 5 years prior to that was all of these things coming to fruition, these experiences, and then September 16th, 2016 happened. I'm going to stop bawling my eyes out. Shit. Yeah, when September 16th happened, 2016, that was it for me. That was the day. That was it. I didn't need any more answers at that point. And so that's why I said the last 5 years have been just completely, absolutely perfect, because I literally live my life free of thought. I choose what I want to think of. Of course, I get angry, sad, and things like that, but I can quickly bring myself from them. I don't wonder about what's beyond here or if we come from any place else. I have traveled beyond the stars. I've experienced things that I don't share sometimes, not because of another person's inability to perceive or believe my truth. Well, I guess that is it in a sense. I just don't care. I don't want to engage that. We experience certain things in our lives, and they're for us. They're for us. And I have experienced some things that, I'll never share. And yeah, I guess I lied to you a little bit. Probably I won't share them because of a person's inability to perceive or potentially believe another's truth, just because I just don't want to debate it. I will not engage or justify or debate my truth. No way, no. Just as like on social media, I don't allow somebody, like if I make a post, a video on social media, and I express something I have experienced in my life, and somebody starts posting, and this is something you all should listen to right now. This is about filtering your reality and protecting your energy. If I post something that I strongly believe in, and somebody just steps in front of you and starts commenting on your post and just being everything that you are not, or what your message is supposed to be, then delete and block. Do that stuff. Keep that stuff away from you. So I really control my reality. I manifest my reality. And no matter how shitty a day is, my friends, I promise you, I wake up every single day and go to sleep every single night with gratitude. Just wake up in the morning and say thank you. Just say thank you before you go to sleep. And if today's going to be your last day here on this planet, do your best to make sure your last words are thank you. I promise you, you have no idea how excited and how grateful you actually are to be here, because you are just drowning in every single bit of noise and information you have ever heard in your life. But I promise you, if I was able to strip, I love you too, if I was able to strip away that stuff from you for a second, you would just sit here in awe. You would just be breathless with how you actually feel about being here. So, Thursday night, we'll share some good stuff. My friends, have a beautiful evening. TikTok, remember, I always upload these to YouTube a couple of days after. So tomorrow you'll have Sundays and tonight's up here. And I hope to see all of you guys Thursday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. That's East Coast United States, New York time. Reach out. I'm around. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye-bye, TikTok.